This is a demonstration of the new IntelliSense feature Zeus provided by the Jedi. Now Zeus has in its default form have good support for Python. For example, here's a little example taken from the python.org page. If I'm going to compile it, I can do that within Zeus. So it has features like auto indenting, so it understands the syntax highlight and forth. When it comes to IntelliSensing, it does have IntelliSensing, provided you create a workspace. A workspace is a collection of files that make up a project. So in this case, an example of a simple workspace. And the reason IntelliSensing then works because given a set of source files, Zeus knows how to create some basic class information about. It uses Ctags to develop some class information, and so you can see it actually has passed the code and comes up with a structure for the Python code. It provides a limited amount of IntelliSensing. An example of that would be here. If I could get the case right. But as you can see, it doesn't understand the bank account class, missing several of the methods. That's where Jedi comes. Jedi does a much better job of actually understanding the structure of Python, and inside of Zeus there are a whole bunch of Jedi macros that now use that Jedi package to provide the index. So right here, for example, if I did complete using the Jedi Autocomplete, it will take one touch to follow the Python code, and as you can see, it knows a lot more about the object. It's picked up all different types of components that make up that. It also has some features it can actually do things like displaying documents or document help. So to the guy, the IntelliSensing experience. It even has a nice go-to definition feature. For example, given I'm selecting a particular item, I go to the definition of it, and we'll find it. Now that's actually one Zeus can do already, because if I went, for example, if to do that through the default Zeus feature of go to definition, using its Ctags information, it will already find that. It handles go-to definition quite well, but Jedi also has an option to do that. Another thing Jedi does is show usages. So if I want to know what particular item is used, I can use the shows macro, and where it goes, it'll display where it's used, and naturally I can navigate to those different particular places where it's used. That's the compiler output. We'll go back to usages out here. It is here. I go to definition right there. Okay. The nice things that Jedi does, the way Zeus interfaces with Jedi has some Python scripts that then basically interface with the Jedi package. This is actually Zeus code. Actually, I use my go to definition here. I can go and find that, and right here is where it starts talking to the Jedi package itself. So as you can see here, it imports the Jedi package. It uses the features of the Jedi package to do the IntelliSensing. So it's actually quite nice. What you'll do is, I was just using the macros from the macro tab. Now, whereas the default Zeus is bound to the actual period key, so if I hit it, it brings up the default IntelliSensing. So naturally, it's nice to actually use the Jedi for that, and that's possible inside of the keyboard mapping, inside the editor options in the keyboard section. All that needs to be done, in this particular case I'm using the brief keyboard. If I add that keyboard mapping, go to the scripting section, hit the period key, and assign it to the macro script, which is Jedi. Luckily you only have to do this once. Jedi dot. Assign that. While we're here, we'll do the brace character. There's the Jedi brace. Assign that. So there you go. Now we're actually bound the dot and the brace character to the Jedi macro. So in this particular case, if I type in the dot character this time, it will run the macro in a way. It's a little slow with the video coming in slow in machine, but basically it works quite well. So here we go. If I go overdraw, and naturally if I now use the brace key, I will get the fact that the overdrawn function takes no parameters. If I had taken the, if I had taken a deposit, for example, it will show prompting of the fact takes an amount value as well. On a normal machine it would run very much better, but this is a very old XP box. Just to show Zeus actually doesn't use a lot of in the way of resources. A machine that's at least 10 years old and it still runs quite well. It'll run on a faster box. Part of the instruction is to show that it isn't a memory hog. One final nice feature about Jedi is it does extra syntax checking. It has a lint feature in it. So if we go to workspace, there's this thing called nonsense here, which is typical examples of bad Python code. You know, missing a P here, a funny dot, mixing of pipes, different number of arguments, and so on and so forth. Those typical sort of type errors that you normally get, that'd be made. So by setting up the compiler to use the Jedi linter, now compile this bit of code, we'll come up with a whole bunch of reasons it doesn't like the code. So it's linted, and there you go. It's found all the errors, A not defined, and see it's all navigated. So I could put that back in there. That gets rid of one. Let's compile again. We'll put them through there. Okay, now we're saying doesn't take 3 parameters. No SR, no upper there. Okay, so it's just this is the other error. Well, that's all. These are the 2 that are left. Let's compile those and then try to fix them right there. And here's the conversion type. It acted those 2 are the same type, different type, and there's the one that's the too many arguments now. So those sort of things you could actually link code before you actually. Now it's happy. It's saying there's nothing wrong with that bit. Now that's linked to Jedi. It's quite an amazing. You should take a look at it. I mean, I can't take any credit for it. The author of Jedi, it's the GitHub pages, details of Jedi. A very nice package, and it improves on what was already a good experience with developing code, Python Zeus. Anyway, I hope you found it cool. See what you think. Let me know.